Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat and today I have the screen capture on so that I can discuss briefly. Let me just move the mic a little bit so that I'm all a bit more comfortable. I have all of this. What is this? This is my backlog, aka the games that I need to get around to playing at some point. Now, a few of these I'm sort of in the middle of and want to finish. I started off with all of the console stuff, and you can see here this is quite a bit as it stands. And then I have a ton on my 3DS to get through. I even have I have one of these things. One of these things I own technically. If in case you've wondered or forgotten that this thing exists, this is a PlayStation Vita. Yes, they do exist. And yes, I have one. And there's a Tales game on it that I don't think it exists on PS4 or 3 in English in the West, outside of R on the Vita. So I need to get around to that. I also need to get around to Ni no Kuni on PS3, although note that it is being remastered and released on PS4 and PC, as well as the original version releasing on Switch later in the year. I think this is November that's coming out, at least on the Switch. That was announced at E3. Note that the Switch version is not the remastered version that's getting released on the PS4 and PC. It is a port of the original, as far as I'm aware at this point in time. And then PS4, I've got a ton of stuff to get through as well. And then let's not even really get started on just how much stuff on PC. This is a condensed list of games that I need to get through on PC. This is not an exhaustive list of stuff, because there's frankly stuff that I own that I have no intention of ever playing, stuff that I have just gotten as part of various humble bundles and humble monthly subscriptions that I just have no intention of ever playing. So just ignoring all of that, and even ignoring some stuff that I bought with an intention to play that I just really wasn't ultimately interested in playing. Cough cough GTA 5. This is the current condensed list. I may add to this, but whatever. And then there's upcoming stuff on Switch. There's 4 things that I have pre-ordered at the moment that are releasing. This one's July, this one's November, and this one is March of 2020. Of which I will make note, I absolutely want to stream Animal Crossing New Horizons. And then my Steam wishlist has basically all of this on it, but things like Vesperia and Octopath Traveler, stuff that's also on Switch, I sort of also want to have these on Switch. Because I don't own Octopath on Switch, and I don't own Vesperia on Switch, and right now it's actually cheaper to buy Vesperia on Switch. But anyway, the whole point of showing you this is that I was planning on eventually adding an additional stream time, or just for after I get through the current playthroughs of Factorio, what the stream will look like going into the future. And I honestly have absolutely no idea what I would want to actually start with after going through Factorio to continue streaming. So, outside of the handheld stuff, outside of this, which I can't stream because I don't have a means of capturing a new Nintendo 3DS XL's uh, video at the moment, or any 3DS for that matter, or Vita, since I can't really capture this stuff. There is technically a Vita TV. I don't know if you know about this, but there is technically a device that lets you play Vita games on TV. It's incredibly obscure, and you can't play any game that requires, like, the touch inputs. But yeah, it's a thing that exists. But anyway, besides these, anything is up for consideration for what to stream. Because I do have the ability to stream any console game. And heck, I can even stream older console stuff, like any of my N64 even, or GameCube, or Wii, or Wii U stuff. So, all of that is on the table. I just am uncertain exactly what I would play next. And some of these games on PC are, quote, endless, so things like Oxygen Not Included, Prison Architect, technically Age of Wonders. That one's more of a campaign-based, do multiple campaigns where you can sort of play through a campaign and then you're done. But each time is different type of thing. But anyway, that is that, and I will make note, I 100% guaranteed am planning on streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons when it releases. Assuming that I'm still streaming come March 2020, and if it's not even further delayed past March 2020, I have every intention of doing streams of Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's just straight up, that's on the agenda. Quite frankly, I'm thinking of also doing Sword or Shield come November. Not so certain about Fire Emblem. I don't think I'm as good with Fire Emblem as anything else, but anyway, not so certain. I have a track record of not actually finishing Fire Emblem games. If you couldn't tell, I have the 3DS games on my backlog to get through, and yet here comes the next one for Switch. So anyway, that's what I wanted to discuss a bit about today. So let me know in the comments if you have anything that is in your mind that I should absolutely be playing from most anything on this list. And just note that, yes, this is a list of games that I have not played, or have played in the past and want to get the most recent versions of played. So, yeah, just bear in mind that most of this, I mean, I've played Subnautica before it was finished. So I sort of know what it is. I just haven't played it since it officially launched and had all the story stuff added, so it's been a long time. Just bear in mind that it's mostly going to be blind for a lot of this. And any console game would require me to actually have to set up the ability to actually capture and stream it. I would have to set that up. I have the ability to do it, but I have to set it up first. Anyway, so yeah, let me know if anything like sticks out in your mind of the stuff that I own that's on my backlog of what I should do after Factorio, or should do on a separate time slot if I start streaming at an additional time slot, like, say, in the evenings. So yeah, let's move on to the actual agenda for the day, which is Factorio. So, welcome, everyone, to the stream again. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Friday, June 14th, 2019. And today is an Angels playthrough day. There is a lot to do. There is a lot to do. So, first off, just checking for updates that are important and won't break the current playthrough. Stream save 20, that's the one. It's already been 20 streams. Today is the 21st stream of Angels. I can't really believe it. So, last time, my focus was on... I got additional plastic production through Plastic 2. That was one of the major things that I did, was I basically just over doubled my plastic generation. Just by using gases that I was already producing anyway. So I just started processing something that I was otherwise burning to get even more of the glorious stuffs and things. Stuffs and things! Glorious stuffs and things. Now, what I'm interested in today... Oh, I also did stuff like all the way down here with the, You don't have an output. Oh, Yeah, you don't have a chest. No, correction, you're facing the wrong direction. Ah! Oh, that's what it is. I have an inserter facing the wrong direction. But anyway, I'm making ceramic stuff here at the moment, including ceramic bearings, which are going to be used a little bit later. But, what am I doing today? I will make modules. I think that is going to be the next step, is I will make modules. I will also attempt to make science, specifically green science. The green science and the pink science. Where are you? Ah! Science here. Pink science, brass chests, inserters, and frames. Green science, electric engine units, low-density structures, silver zinc batteries, and titanium bearings. So that will involve processing silver, which I don't think I'm actually doing. I need silver into plates, into silver oxide stuffs. I am making titanium bearings in my network. I'm not making titanium bearings in my network, I should clarify. I'm not doing that. I need to run my titanium down my bus and then set that up. I think that one requires lubricant to do. I am doing then silver zinc, so I need to run the zinc down. And I need low-density structures, which is going to be a massive, massive consumption of aluminium plates, as well as plastic. And then the electric engine units, I'm already making, it's in my network. And then I mentioned also I wanted to do more stuff. Interesting that there's not enough crystal slurry. Why is there not enough crystal slurry? When I set up the modules, which will be what I guess immediately follows setting up this science, I will need lots of stuff. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. Now, I think I'm consuming all of this production. I have 2 of these going. I need a third to add another 5, because I think it's for each of these it consumes 5. It's 5, yeah. 5 per. Alright. You. And I don't know how I'm gonna grab steel without also grabbing a bunch of engine units. Let's see if there's an easier spot to grab steel, or better yet, just do an underground here. Get rid of those. This lets me grab steel without having to worry about grabbing anything else. Yes, please take those away. That is convenient. So now this will back up on the heavy mud water until I add 5 more of these. I'm just going to take this and do doop, 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 doop. Right, and I don't have any of these because I've been making the Mark IIs, so let's put down Mark IIs. What about loaders? Needs more iron. I need to automate some loaders, I think. Wait, what? Ugh. Oh boy. Ideally, I will now back up on Crystal Slurry. Then I think I should make some... Ooh, I can do Mark IV liquefiers. Yes, that is on the agenda. Ooh, boy. Yes, that is definitely on the agenda today. Top tier liquefiers. Load her up. Let's see, so we've got crafting speed 2.25 versus 3.75. Yeah, that's a lot bigger, and now we can see, oh hey, stuff is moving. Been a while since you've played Factorio. Is that a texture pack, or did they upgrade the graphics? It depends on which texture you're referring to, because I am running mods that add new machines and a mod that adds new terrain. So, I'm sure, yeah, it depends what textures you are referring to, because if you're referring to the liquefiers and the plants and the geodes, those are all added by mods. The blue belts, I think, are also slightly modified. I don't know. The belts. The belts there were science, something you've never seen before. Oh. I've got iron plates, blue and purple science, which I think for the most part are the same. Maybe it was redone by Bob for the sprites for the science here. I'm uncertain. I think they're mostly the same though. Then it's steel. The steel plates are different. Let's see, what tech should I grab next? I'll just grab this because it's going to take a while. There's engine units, wood, resin, stone bricks. These are new. These are brand new in stock. This is the new ore sprites for iron ore and copper ore. They made this style of sprite for all of the vanilla ores very recently. Let's see, then we've got mineral catalysts added in, Bob's Angels, copper plates, different types of circuits added in the mods, tin, lead, brass coils, tinned wire coils, solder coils, all of this is mod added, all of this, and then this is plastic's in the base game. Sodium hydroxide solids are added in the mod. Carbon's added in a mod, but solid fuel is the same. Coal, this is the new, this middle lane here is the new sprite for coal. And then coke, limestone, sand, and lime. Those are all mod added. Fluorite, and hybrid catalysts, silver ore, aluminium ore, these are all added by mods. Oh yeah, the new ore sprites are awesome. And now all of the mod makers have the ability to also incorporate the style into their own mods. But it does require a bit of work because they're essentially making several different sprites that the game picks at random for an individual item. So they can do that and are doing it for the different ore types. And at the moment, Angel has updated only the ores for Sapphirite. Sapphirite has been updated to use the randomized stuff. Stereotyte has been updated to use the randomized stuff, and both of these ores look a lot more like what their ore patches look like on the ground. And then Rubite is the other one that has been updated to have the more randomized look. I think there needs to be a few, at least 2 more permutations of randomness onto these ores, but still, they look a lot better than what they used to look like. I'm looking forward to the Crotinium changing because the Angel's Crotinium looks a lot like the Silicon. So this line is Silicon ore, and this line is Crotinium ore. The difference is literally in shade of white. That's the only difference, is a ever so slight difference in the shade of white between them. It's ever so slight of a difference, so yeah, Angel needs to really get on that. So, now that I have more mods added, a lot of stuff, yes. The Bob's and Angels suite, which Angels is basically an extension of Bob's mods. It's the most popular overhaul to run in Factorio at the moment. As far as I am aware, it is the most popular overhaul of the game. And it changes a lot. It adds a lot. But the game feels the same as vanilla. It doesn't really change the overall feel of the game, but it does add a lot into it and changes the items that you're making along the way. There's also a separate overhaul from Pyanodon that I also am playing through on stream on alternating days that changes the feel of the game completely. And it's sort of its own separate entity that adds 1,700 plus items to the game. And brand new, different, highly complex processes. It is not as popular as Bob's and Angels, but it is infinitely more complex to play through on its own. And most people don't finish it just because of how much is added. This stuff, though, the Bob's Angels, is a lot more manageable and easier to get through. So I need to set up some LDS, low density structures. Now these are also in the base game, but Bob, I think, is the one that has changed this recipe, if I can find it. If I can find the LDS, no, it's Bob's revamp into Angel's refining, so I think both of those touch the recipe for LDS. This will require me bringing in titanium plates on my bus. Multiply that by at least 4. Oh hey, the kitty has joined me. Just because I know how much of this stuff I'm going to need. A general idea of how much of that stuff I'm going to need. Let's quintuple, or no, quadruple the amount that I originally intended. Thinking about what I need next. I need to fix that inserter to go the opposite way around. That will increase my silicon nitride production. In fact, I will take this and I will double that, because I want more silicon nitride. That's a sufficient amount of carbide. Also, for the record, Angels and Bobs and even Pionodons really makes you feel a lot like a chemist when playing through it. Specifically, Angels, petrochemicals, and just Pionodons in general makes you feel a lot like a chemist with all of the various stuff that you have to say and deal with. And of course, they're based off of similar processes in real life. Of course, it does not even come close to the full complexity of dealing with a lot of the byproducts that exist in real life when making these things. The processes are the same, but things are always a lot more complex in real life. You have to make an accommodation at some point for gameplay. Which, I think that Angels and Bobs does quite well, and Pionodons absolutely does not. In fact, quite the opposite of that. And it's very intentional, and you don't have to like that it's intentional, but I think that is one of the reasons why people don't actually make it through Pionodons mods, which it's a shame because there's so much work that's been put in to that overhaul, and yet very, very few people actually see all of it in the end. Most people stop either with Circuit 1 or are gone by the time they get to trying to make Circuit 2s in Pionodons, and that's not even like 20% 5% of what's added into the game at that point. Not even. So, why go through all of the effort of making that mod set if so few people are going to actually fully experience it? And it's not because people are lazy, it's because that was not designed well. Just have to be completely honest on that point. It's all in the design. Now I'm here because I need to pull in titanium plates. Oh, I need some BEBs. I need some basic electronic boards. Where are they? Right there. Give me boards. Although technically, a blue is 2 yellows, 30 atoms per second versus 60. So really I didn't even need to do that. Instead, what I could do is doink, doink, out. So, yeah, 60 into a, or 30 each into a splitter that outputs 1 at 60. That is exactly how that works. Am I going to be adding to this anytime soon? Most likely. What do I have that I don't need? You. That's really about it. Pick up all this titanium. I'm gonna set this up here, so that I'm not in the way of my aluminium. You launched 1 rocket in vanilla. Well, that's better than some people who play Factorio. Just launching 1 rocket in vanilla is, I'm sure more than many. And I would definitely say, before modding the game, play vanilla and launch the rocket in vanilla so that you get an idea of the general process. And then you can start adding a bunch of quality of life mods. I highly suggest Squeak Through in particular. Squeak Through will let you actually walk through your pipes that you put down. That's one of the benefits. You can just walk straight through them. And you can walk through mining drills. You have placed down a full, like, side-by-side set of mining drills. You can just walk straight through them. It is one of the most convenient mods available. 4 or 5 worlds before you're able to launch it. Yeah, so that's the other thing, is making sure that you start on a map that can get you through to the end. Yeah, as far as the scaling goes, this is exactly why most players build like this. So this general layout here is how most people build, because it scales. Or at least it scales a lot better. And it's highly convenient in vanilla to build this way. This is what's called the main bus method of growing a base. So that when you put things like science down, this can be scaled further back ad infinitum until I run out of throughput for the input belts. Basically, that's what this whole setup is limited by, is just belt throughput and how much space you put between the individual lines to accommodate belts to go up to feed it. And most people don't start with the main bus when they first start playing the game, and it is entirely possible to play through the game without using the main bus. It just makes it significantly easier. I have a bit of an energy problem that I need to solve right now, clearly. I have enough uranium now to technically start doing uranium power, even though it can't be permanent. It won't be permanent. Do I have enough stuff for... Oh, I could do a Mark II centrifuge. I could start doing my centrifuges. This is going to be a lot of stuff and things. Oh, and then another suggestion I would have is don't use biters. They're okay and as intended in the early game, but without fail, there will come a point, around the start of the mid game, where they no longer become a challenge, they just become tedium. And since the majority of the time you're going to be in mid to late game state most of your time, why bother having them in the brief period of the early game where they are as intended? I just took a bunch of steel when I needed to take a bunch of iron. You. Of course, most people will say when you first start playing the game to play on default settings. I say, hell no. Just because of the state of how biters are designed to begin with, being absolutely 100% awful and tedious. In the long term of a playthrough, they serve only to detract from the overall experience than what they might add to it at the start of the game. So I was looking at getting... I already have one of these reactors, and that's all I need. I need to look for... Okay, I have 8 of you. Do I have enough of the heat exchangers? I need 4 of those. I'm not carrying around heat exchangers, but that doesn't mean I don't have them. Because I might have them in a box somewhere. Ideally, I would have stuck all this stuff all the way up here nearby, but apparently not. I need to bring in lead to make fuel. Let's see, how many? 17, 19, 19. That's not enough for Cobra X. Yeah, this is not good. At least all this is running at max. Let's see, 1.8 to 2.7. That's a difference of 0.9 megawatts each. Times 76, that would be an extra 68.4 megawatts by switching over to full Mark 3s. I suppose in the meantime I can switch to full Mark 3 stuff. Especially since it appears as if I now have a wonderful backup on my plates here. And I definitely have enough of these. I'm assuming the limit is iron. Yeah, that's 25. 30. I need 76 steam engines. Mark 3s. I will grab more, not the iron, but more of the Invar. Since I already have Mark 2s all set up, I can just grab more Invar and more brass. And then as I replace, I can upgrade what I'm replacing from Mark 2 to 3s. Just by having enough of the cobalt steel and the brass. And you are limited by how much Invar I have as well as brass, so I need plenty of brass. And let me just get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory as I work through this. Where is my nearest car? Right up here. Just going to take a ride to where I'm making power. I've got robots chasing me. Yes, take away all the stuff from here, please. How many have been bred of you? 931 logistics bots at the moment? I don't think I have enough space for everything that you guys are trying to give me. Definitely not. Yeah, I don't need that BP, that blueprint. Not on me, anyway. Don't need all those chests at all anymore. That's looking a lot better. Do I have... Oh, hello. Didn't expect that to actually finish. Let's see here. And this is probably coming in as it's being produced. No, there's enough to cover filling my inventory. Just let my bots do what they need to do. Anyway, I'm heading. Yeah, give me belts. Glorious belts. I need to run lead anyway. 4 more belts, and I have the amount that I am requesting. Anyway. So, lead plates need to be ran up at some point. My lead plates are down here. What line will I run up? Guess it doesn't necessarily matter what the line itself is. Let's say that it's going to be this. This is actually a convenient line. Oh, that's inconvenient. One tile always sucks when you're one tile off. Hey, that works. I swear, there needs to be belt immunity equipment for cars. And there also needs to be a toggle for belt immunity equipment down here somewhere. Or better yet, make belt immunity equipment. Make a type of belt immunity equipment that is immunity to slowdown of belts, but not immune to speed up from belts. Make it so that you only get the beneficial speed up bonus from belts. That would be ideal. But there is benefit to having them not impact you in any way, shape, or form. Because they also tend to move you around when you don't want to be moved. Oh goodness. Inventory full? Oh my. That might be not so good. Oops. Okay, so now this thing can technically make fuel. But what I'm also going to do is add in a Mark II. I'm actually going to replace the Mark I with the Mark II. Build a Mark II out of the Mark I that I have. Making a ton of titanium gear wheels in the process to do this. And then what's unfortunate is that when I started this map, it was before thorium. And if it was added in as being able to be mined, it would only appear in newly generated patches. Anything already revealed exists. I mean, I could use a command to make a thorium ore patch. And as far as I'm aware, there's no means of getting thorium ore out of standard Angels processing. This is all through Mad Clowns, and there's no dedicated recipe individual ore sorting for thorium. There needs to be an individual sorting for thorium. That's one thing Mad Clowns is just missing. Straight up. Mined from thorium ore. And it looks like I don't have any of that revealed. And won't have any of that revealed. Maybe there's some further back, but I need additional hunting. Additional radars. That is, if it will even spawn in this particular map. Anyway, getting a bit off topic. So the Mark II machines, how do the Mark IIs compare to the Mark Is? Is there even an appreciable difference? What even is the difference between these Centrifuge 2 versus 1? They have the exact same crafting speed, so I don't even know what the difference is. Mark II uses more energy. Yeah, so I don't even think that it's worth going to the Mark II here. Anyway, I now have fuel cells. Oh, I will want a centrifuge to convert used fuel cells back. Now, while I'm doing that, While that is being done, I will do... How many? Yes, and I will need to pick up Invar. At some point. That should take care of the immediate problem of not quite having enough production to satisfaction. Now the main issue here is that I am uncertain if a red belt of fuel will fuel so many Mark IIIs. And that's the main primary issue. So I wanted to make another centrifuge just because I will have used uranium fuel cells. Oh, apparently this produces lead. That's new. That's actually genuinely new. That produces lead. Lead that can fuel more fuel cells. That's neat and all. That should actually be an active. That should be an active chest, and then what I will do is, can I make any... And I can't make any warehouses with what I have on me, but I can make... buffer silos. And... well, I mean, if I place this here, I can just output to that and be fine. I just need a place to put the outputs of this. And then I need the actual reactor. And I need to plan out how the reactors will be set up going into the future. I will need some... I'll need a lot more heat pipe than that in the future, but for now this will work. Right, I didn't actually make heat exchangers, did I? Or find where I had them. Do I have any roboports on me? Of course not. Of course not. Oh, Invar. Wherefore art thou, Invar? Interesting how I said I was going to, you know, get science going today, and then immediately, near enough, I get distracted by needing more energy and starting to set up additional power generation through uranium and all that. Yeah, that's always the way, isn't it? Oh goodness. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Get out of the way of stuff and things. Invar! Make things! Why am I not making that much tin? Hello? I don't have enough crushed bobmonium. Well, that's a problem. Okay, I guess I better fix that. Not enough ore. So I wonder. Not enough. Just stuff. Okay, am I carrying around any normal mining drills or the ability to make normal mining drills? Ooh, I could make really good mining drills if I had the titanium on me. Let's see, these are Mark IIs. The difference between the Mark IIs and 3s is a lot. And the difference on the Mark IVs is even more. So that just doubled the ore being output. And if I go pick up some titanium, some additional titanium, I start making these. Well, at this point, I'll have quadrupled the rate of bobmonium. Oh, and then there's the whole concept of, oh hey, I have sulfuric acid. Oh hey, this needs sulfuric acid to mine the infinite ores. So, actually, let's go ahead and set up the infinite ore mining. Oh, I'm out of logic boards to keep on upgrading those. Oh well. then it's going to need sulfuric acid. That feeds hollows. Yay! Significantly more bombonium. Significantly more. Now, I mentioned something about having to run my hello things. Having to run my zinc as well to my bus. So let's do that. Hello, tech. Oh boy. Running quite low on stuff now. Down, I guess, and then over. Let's see, how do I want to route this? Ooh. Ba-ba-ba-ba. There's zinc. Alright, while I'm at it, let's get the silver plates. Where is my silver? I should have here. Here's my silver. Because I have my silver all the way down here already. I will process my silver, I suppose, all the way down. All the way down in a fresh little area. Okay, this will need you make for me silver ingots out of silver ore, and then I need another induction furnace. And then lots of casting machines. Also, in case you're wondering, Darby the cat. He be curled up and sleeping. The pretty kitty. That's the pretty boy. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. There's the kitty. There's the kitty. There's that pretty boy. Yeah. There he is. He's actually joined me today. Just wants to sleep, as usual. As per usual. And then I have to get this all put back in the proper spot. Game with webcam and check in the editor. See, yep, there we go. Okay, tech. Moving right along. Grabbing some iron for more of these. Induction. Casting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Silver. Silver. And silver. That should be it. And this does not need any particular fuel source, but I'll use what I have. Doinky, doinky, long handed inserters. Ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Stack size 6. Put down a so unfortunate. Then out, 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 out. Welcome, Silver, to the party. $180. $180. Very simple for silver. Now there's one more thing, actually, that I should set up, but we shall see. I need to still set up the nitinol. And tungsten. But I'm uncertain about doing that before setting up green science. I mean, I may as well, right? May as well do it. Have to do it at some point anyway. At least on the nitinol. Because I want to get to nitinol pipes. That's the big thing, is nitinol pipes. Now, do I have the blueprint for nitinol? I don't think so. No, I don't think I have a nitinol blueprint. So that's unfortunate. But regardless, nitinol is titanium plus nickel. I need additional furnaces. Induction. So, nitinol is nickel and titanium. It requires... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you... Nitinol requires... is this an Epic Games exclusive? No. Actually. Fortunately. Factorio is not an Epic Games exclusive. Satisfactory is what you are thinking of when it comes to an Epic Games exclusive that is along the same lines as this game. No, Factorio is $30, and it is available through Steam, or through the official website, or through Humble Bundle's website, or wherever else. I think it might be multiple other locations. I'm uncertain at this point beyond Humble and Steam and the Factorio website itself, which if you buy through the website itself, they give you a Steam key, but also are able to keep more of the money for the developers rather than for Steam, which, you know, that's sort of the whole point behind Epic existing, but, or what they throw out there as their main selling point, and yet there's nothing really stopping folks from distributing on their own individual websites and offering Steam keys. What's with titanium? Ah, sapphirite chunks. Or not chunks, but, crystals. What is choking sapphirite crystals? Sapphirite chunks. What's choking sapphirite chunks? Not enough oh, hello. Yeah, that would be a problem. Yeah, I have to take care of that. Like, immediately. Needs more coffee. Fortunately, this is an easy enough solution. That is the easy enough solution. Also, boom, boom. that should guarantee everything is moving. Although, you know what? This is throughput limited. Yeah, this is throughput limited. Okay. One of the few times where I will genuinely have an issue with throughput. A solution is also this. Okay, that just makes sure that everything flows smoothly. More text. Oh boy, so I'm out of purple. I'm not making mill. I'm not making pink. I'm not making green. So I am officially out of text outside of, like, this. Okay, that's cleared up that backlog. But still, I may want to get additional flotation set up here. Let's clean out some of the... Wow, it's still not enough. Really? Even going through all of the backlog? Well, to get through all of the backlog, it's still not enough? Well, part of it is... apparently I have too much mineralized water. Apparently. Like, okay. Well, I have a solution to that. Just add power. Yeah, that's cutting through all the excess. Only problem being, of course, those are not behind overflows, which they should be. I'm just afraid that I am unfortunately still not making enough of the chunks. Because, I mean, it's impossible to make enough of the chunks with only 4 going into crystals. So I have 4 making crystals. That's using all of the chunks production. But the reality is they're getting half of my chunk production. And what I am making for chunks, I mean, it looks like It may be enough. It looks like I'm only using it in 2 things, and I'm not really making too much zinc right now. So I need to make this bigger at some point, rather soon. But it's a good thing that I caught that. Let's see, car is... Oh, hello. Fill my inventory, please, with things. And that's all the tech I can handle for the moment. Shove things away. So I was saying about nitinol. I will need a steel. Because I'm going to need some, induction and casting and all that good stuff. Here, let's actually go to where I've been storing steel. Speed this up a bit. Iron. Alright, clay bricks. Unfortunately, I have to get in my car to go grab. What type of warehouse is the clay bricks? Is it in a normal warehouse? Pretty sure it's in a normal warehouse, so let me get a passive provider. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, it's not even a warehouse, it is a silo. Of course it is. Passive provider silo. Give me a stack of clay bricks, and to make sure that I always have a stack of clay bricks. Also, make sure that I have a stack of all of the various different types of bricks, wherever they are in here. Where are the bricks? Bricks. Here they are. Concrete. Reinforced concrete. Those are the things that I want to make sure that I hold on to at all times. I'll need to make another passive warehouse, I think. Oh, no, I don't. Looks like I already made those into passive warehouses. Maybe. Did I make them into passive warehouses? Those are not warehouses, those are silos. Of course they are. Of course there's silos. So, Invar requires the output of half of a blast furnace of nickel and 1 blast furnace of titanium. Now, it is tempting to just siphon off from what I'm already producing. Because when I'm thinking about things, how much nickel and Invar do I really need? And how much titanium do I really need? Well, I'm going to need a lot of titanium, so first thing is first to mention is, yeah, I will definitely, I don't want to mess with this very much. Because this is nice and at ratio and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I lose efficiency if I don't just do another full copy of this. Now, if I wanted to do, say... Now, this is per induction furnace. If I wanted to do 2 induction furnaces, or let's say 3 induction furnaces worth, why, then it would be 3 furnaces of titanium and 1.5 of nickel. But do I really want to do... It's like, do I really want to do another one of these? Can I live with siphoning off? I think I can live with siphoning off. Now, what I do absolutely want is a roboport for this, because ultimately... Where is the roboport I just made? Ultimately... Oh, that sucks so much. It sucks so much that I'm going to deny its existence so that I can do this. What does that ultimately do for me? Well, it lets me do this, and it lets me do this, and it lets me do that. So then I can just go in, get... This is 360, which is 3 times 120, which feeds 9 casting machines. into nitinol. Now, the reason why I'm doing this way is so that it's because I know that it's an odd number, primarily. It is an odd number, and therefore... Oh, right, you're not technically connected to the rest of the network, and I have one whole logistics robot for you. Go to it. Power my entire nitinol production. Be the sole wonderful little dude and give me all of the things. But this is the benefit to having robots, for the record. This is the absolute benefit to bots. Love the faster mine speed, so that I can fix my mistakes. Or make things prettier, I should say. Okay, what did I need for you? The batteries, the tinned wire. Car nearby. Now they're all like way over. I need to make additional roboports. So I'm going to just drive down until I can grab my things that I can use to make the roboports. Right here in a beautiful chest. Tin, copper, tinned copper cables. I don't get it. I don't get it. Does not compute. Batteries. Aluminium. Copper. And then it's Invar. Alright, well that takes care of all the Invar I have on me. Time to start running lines, I suppose. I need to keep on running lines. Ooh, and once I head back, I will be taking a brief break. Stretch the legs and use the restroom. Whoa, Nelly. Rock, die, thank you. So this is all so that... Alright, so that line's run. Hey, we have... non-zero nitinol! It's glorious. The beautiful nitinol. You there, get on the thing, like right there. And then you can go there. Sure, why not? And by doing this, I have fully connected the network so that I have additional bots that will start coming down here and start getting this rolling. And then I need to do some of that and one of these. And with that, I will be taking a break, and I will be back shortly. Okay, I have returned. And I can see, hey, a bunch of bots are bringing in all the stuff. All the stuff and things. So now there's a lot more nitinol. Oh, and the thingy got into the network too, so that's excellent. These thingies are now in the network officially. Good, good, good. Good, good. Good, good. I can now make nitinol pipes, the penultimate form of pipes with a maximum length on the undergrounds of 27 units, which means I can go ahead and get rid of these. All of them. I'm going to get in my car, and I am going to start racing this belt down, although I don't know if I have enough actual units of belt to make it all the way down. Maybe not. I'll take it as far as I can. Oh, is it just not enough? Ugh. Yeah, and I'm not going to limit myself to yellow belt speeds. Have I consumed every single one of my belts from up here. Possibly. Yeah. Oh, hello. Thank you for taking stuff away. Starting to take stuff away. And bringing stuff to me. Oh, hey, oh, oops. Oh, noes. They need charging. They were like, hey, we've got stuff for you. Nope. Sorry. Never mind. We need to charge. But I will take all of it. Or as much as I can. Good to see the power is doing a little bit better, but the power is only doing a little bit better because I'm not consuming science at the moment. And don't you worry, within this last hour of the stream and of the video, I will be getting around to doing what I was planning on doing today, which is setting up my science. Setting up my pink and green science. Now, green science will require that I set up the third tier of batteries. I'm just gonna get going now. And the third tier of batteries will require that I run my silver down. As well. I need to make sure that I have enough belt to run the silver. And then I want to make sure that I have enough of the fast loaders. Note that that belt that looks empty is the belt that brings in the T2 it brings in the T2 batteries, the lithium ions. So that's cool. And now I can set up, you know, lithium-ion pipe, not lithium, lithium-ion pipes, wonderful. Nitinol pipes. Where do I want to do this? Oh, I'm doing ceramic pipes here, so I'll do my nitinol pipes. Right here. And of course I will request nitinol pipe in the form of 100 there and 200 there. And the nitinol is coming in. So that's good. I need to get Invar on the bus as well. If I ever plan on automating Roboport production, for instance, I will need Invar. Or automating Boiler 3 production. Let's see. I do hope I have enough belt. Maybe I don't. Actually, it's looking more and more like, oh, just barely. Just barely enough. Alright, what's wrong here? Okay. Where are my logistic bots? Why are they not moving this to this? They're probably coming from way down, far away. They're flying here. And this is what issues, this is what you can run into in terms of issues with a large network of robots. These are the exact issues that you will run into. It's just big, long flight times and having to wait around for stuff. Okay, next. Now that I have these run, I don't have to worry about the amount of express belts that I have on me for the moment. Though I will take whatever they'll give me. Off we go. Now I can start setting up all the various things, I think. Let me just consider, do I have... yeah, I think I just may have everything that I need. Nitinol, nitinol. So the nitinol undergrounds are significantly more length. 27 versus 19. Well, in effect it's 18 to 26, so that's a lot of extra distance. And thank you, bots, for bringing me all of them. It's nice seeing that I have technically filling that up over there. That's nice. LDS is moving. Okay, I need this silver oxide, sodium hydroxide, and silver nitrate. Nitrogen dioxide. That needs to be run on my fluid bus. I am making nitrogen dioxide. I should clearly note that I am making nitrogen dioxide. However, as far as the fluid bus is concerned, I no longer have... Well, I'm lying. I don't need to have these gaps of 2 here if I really want to start stretching out. I could theoretically run a line above this hydrofluoric acid and below this mineral sludge. I guess I'll do it above the hydrofluoric, but I have to go as far back as... Holy crap, where am I making my nitric? That's ammonia. Here. This is where I'm making my nitric. This is my nitrogen dioxide. Oh, it's like right close by, I think. Yeah, right here. Well, that's convenient. Okay, these pipes, yeah, they can extend, shall we say. Dealing with the bus, though, I'm going to keep it like so. No, I mentioned going... down and having it above the hydrofluoric. So that means that I need to do this. Aww. Alright, where... Where even is it? There. Please tell me I'm not off by 1. There. Yes, I'm not off. I am not off by 1. Which is ideal. Car. Really? Power? Again? Again? Power? Becoming an issue? I could tell that the power was an issue because the Nixie tube wasn't displaying. Anyway. Well, it's not going to stop me from setting this up. I will worry about that power niggles later. Okay, let's grab stuff and start making things. So first thing is, first I need silver nitrate in a chem lab. This makes 0.55 per second, and this will take 0.55 and make 0.55. So that is highly convenient. Don't need that. Nitrogen dioxide. As you might expect, I am going to double this. Oh, I do have this in my network. I didn't think I had this in my network. And then into some providers. Let me see. I'm surprised I brought... No, I didn't bring it. Where did it pick up that sodium hydroxide? I don't even know. I guess I might have had some that I auto-trashed. Alright, so I have to go and get sodium hydroxide, which is back here. This line, if I'm not mistaken, that I just saw. Don't know if I have enough belt for this. Maybe. Hello, kitty. Hello, my sweet cats. The cat is next to me, and I'm realizing that my camera's a little high for how I sit. Speaking of which, there he is. There he is. That's my baby. Come on. Yeah. Now to reposition everything again. There we go. That looks better. Good. I like what I see. I like what I see. Right. That. Alright, so that's producing silver oxide. Now I can use the silver oxide to make... Is it not this? Guess it's just regular machines. Yep. Silver, zinc, batteries. There we go. Zinc plates should be down here. Yeah, zinc plates are stored. Sodium hydroxide stored, and the silver nitrate's being made there, and the plastic will just come in as it can. Okay, so that's those batteries technically being produced. So, the next stage of the equation, I want you guys oh. Well then, that's actually highly convenient of you. Yeah, it looks like that's an exact matchup there, but it's not going to be an exact there. You know, if you align this right, it might be perfect. Who knows? Alright, now, what do I need on science? I could just go straight into green science at this point, if I can find where the frickin' tab is. Okay, I am making silicon nitride, LDS, electric engine units, silver zinc batteries, electronic logic boards. I am not making titanium bearings. I think. I am making steel bearings. There is a spot I know I have bearings, but those are cobalt bearings. Cobalt steel bearings, and I'm making ceramic bearings there. So let's do the titanium bearings. Now I won't use loaders. Titanium bearings from titanium ball bearings. There we go. Now I just need to have enough robots to do the work for me. there's some bringing titanium. Now notice, my robots have bred to the point of 932. Notice how there's only, like, less than like around 200 that are idle at the moment. And that my power is nowhere near enough right now. And I'm gonna say stop making those. Alrighty then. Probably should limit these as well. It's not gonna change much by limiting that production outside of delaying when they get crafted. Oh, and then I need, of course, the output into a chest. Yeah, it looks like it's actually pulling out all of it as it's produced, which is cool. Remember, the ratio is like 3:2 between ball bearings and bearings, but they move so fast that it doesn't even really matter in the end. Alright, now that I am making that, it is just a simple matter of now putting down and saying, let us do this. Actually, you know what? That's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there, so that that can go there. Boinky boinky. Boom. There we go. Just needs more silicon nitride. Yeah, about that. See, This is partially going to be solved through the addition of power. Through sufficient power. Oh, hey, let's get those. Copper. So, huzzah and all that, I have green science, technically. Green science is moving. But it's not where it needs to be to go into science labs. For this purpose, for this, I have a couple of options. I can either choose to bus it, or I can choose to have it flown all the way down the bus, and I will choose to have it flown all the way down the bus. And then I can take care of the... Oh, 55 hours on the map. Green science at the 55-hour mark. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Anyway, I'm going to set this up, and then it's back to worrying about power. Back this way. Here. So ultimately there's going to be a line up here that's going to be green and pink, but there's also going to be a line that will be space and military. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, it's actually relatively simple. This one will request green science, all of it. This one will request pink science, all of it, and from buffers. This one will request space, science, all of it from buffers as well. And this one will request mill science, all of it, and from buffers. So that will guarantee that it feeds into my line of beautiful little science labs as it gets produced. Now that that is sorted out, let's sort out power. Power is something that needs to be sorted out. I think I still need to keep making boilers. Sort of limited by tungsten plates at this point to go even further up the line on the boilers, but I am making this transition into turbines. Into uranium power. Invar, huh? I'm just gonna go grab some more Invar. Invar is not currently being run. Pick up some more brass. I don't need to make more boiler 3s because I'll be replacing boiler 2s. Grab my car, let my thingies drop stuff off for me. Oh, hey, this is... We are backed up. Didn't that look empty earlier? Wait. Oh, hello. Yeah, that would help. That would help a lot. Oh boy. Yep. Yep. That would help a lot. Allet. That would help Allet. Okay. Ooh, that's a problem. So, I think you might remember me mentioning before how I wasn't quite sure if I had enough in a red belt's throughput to fully power all of these Mark III boilers. And as it turns out, the answer to that is a big ol' hell no, I don't. Yeah, that's a pretty big ol' FU right there from the game, saying, haha, you think you have enough throughput on a red belt to feed all this? Hell no you don't. Don't even think about it. Of course you don't. That is not even a question. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. However, I do have to say, that is a lot of a blue. It's still not going to be enough. Still. We're close enough. And I think it is past time now to get all of this in the network. It won't take much to get it into the network, by the way. That'll do it. That will do it. Right, kitty? Ah, dee 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 da, dee 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 doo. Okay, get a requester chest. Please give me uranium fuel cells. Give you an active provider. And now we wait. Oh, and then I suppose I need to request those and shove them in. How are we doing on these? 0 out of you. 12 total. Da-da-da! Okay, now I need to make sure that I am actually getting energy out of this. So I need my heat exchangers. I need 4 of them. Doot. 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 Pipe, 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 pipe. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Out. There. Feed that in, and steam turbines. And then it'll take a minute to have the temperature raise on these, but once the temperature raises to high enough, it will start producing the really hot steam needed to power these 4 turbines, or 8 steam turbines, and these will each provide 5.4 megawatts, so 5.4 times 8, that's an extra 43.2 megawatts. 43.2, and that'll be a nice big boost. Nice big boost, but I don't know how much of it will actually be utilized in the end. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can see, this will be consumed regardless of whether I am actually making any energy or using any of the energy out of it. What some people do is they will take the excess steam and stick it into, like, store it. They'll store the steam. Now, once this hits 500 C, or 501, or around 500, it'll start producing the steam for me, and I will no longer look like an idiot just sitting here and waiting around doing absolutely nothing besides watching numbers tick up. 499 was the magic value when it started producing. So now it's 500, and we are pretty good to go. It is pulling out energy. It's pulling 35.1, 34. It's not using all of it, but it's using enough of it to matter. And note it can go up to 43.2, which is great. So now I've got a bit of headroom for a little while. Now I will need to completely redo this once I start adding additional uranium reactors, once I get Kovarex. Speaking of Kovarex, where is Kovarex? Here. Advanced Chemistry 4, and then Nitrogen Processing, Rocket Fuel, and Kovarex. Okay, I am making green science, and as you can see, that is progressing really fast. Wow. Okay. Okay, game. That is fast. Also, why is my uranium not being produced all that quickly? Maybe I should add to my uranium ore production. Let's see, are you stymied. Yes, you are by that sapphirite. Okay, I need to take care of the sapphirite. I'm going to say get rid of all of that. Nitrogen processing. I need these. Can I make Mark 3s? Not until I get logic boards. I knew as soon as I saw the lights that that train was about to come through, so I just stopped it on my tracks. Okay, and I'm not going to muck about with that, but I will add more. Doinky, 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 doinky. Up and out. And those are regular filter inserters, not filter stacks. Looks like that goes on the bottom ones. Excuse me, L, N, N. Boom, 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 boom. Then that's a near, so that's a near, and that's a near. Going down. And let there be power. Now, as long as I have enough purified water removal, or input, I should say, and I have enough demolition of the sulfuric wastewater, there shouldn't be a problem. Although, maybe by doing this, I have choked sulfuric wastewater down the line, but anyway. That, as they say, is that, and that should be enough to fully feed Mark II leaching. So now the way that this works is I have enough to feed the full Mark II leaching line, and then another 4 that can go off for whatever other consumption I have going for me. The thing is, though, that I may want to replace these top 4 with Mark IIs at some point. We shall see. We shall see if that's giving me sufficient amounts. Hello? How kind. Ten more minutes. Oh boy, and I haven't even made pink science yet. Ooh, guess I better get on that. I went and I made green science, the more difficult one to make before I even set up the pink science. Note, I have yet to make military science. And I sort of need the military science to beat the game. Or at least to make it through space extension techs. Or not, maybe not the techs, but I definitely need it to make the items that are needed to make the things that are needed to launch to finish the game through space extension. There's some items that are locked behind mill science. Ooh, this is coal. I know I need coal for mill science. I might... Let's run this mill science down. Run this coal down, and then also do mill science. Okay, coal. Good. Good, good, good. Mill science is relatively easy in that it is grenades, boom, boom. Grenades, and then the, it's the piercing rounds, but I will use the firearm magazines. Fuel. I don't really have much use for lead plates, but I will go ahead and just consume the, I need a line for nickel if I want to do that. Recipe. Anyway. Do this. Do. Same thing, except instead of that recipe, it is that recipe, and that there, fill it with stuff, request, boom, 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 and then it's just, do. Mill science. Oh, right, walls. Fortifications, walls. There we go. That is mill science. That was pretty simple, right? And now in 5 minutes, let's make some pink science. Now, about the only thing that I'm not currently making that the pink science needs, per se, is these chests. Inserters on ammo facing the wrong direction. Yes. Thank you. Then it's just probably a matter of how many robots I have. Yeah. Need more bots. Hi. Hi, chat. You've come in like the last 4 minutes of the stream, unfortunately. And I'm about to set up my pink science. Is that off a tile? I don't know. My logistic science packs. Technically, I'm making all of these. It's really long flight times, which is why I sort of wanted to make them locally as much as possible. The robot frames are being made right over here. Let's make a few stacks of those. But outside of that, I think, yeah, it's just really long flight times because, let's see here, get out of the way. Getting to these need these, which need these, which need these, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Inserters, filter, fast filter, express filter, and then here, this one, and that one. Don't really need any of those, by the way. Feed in, send out, then doinky, 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 doink. And kill those, and kill that, and there we go. Now, I should have BEBs, I should have bronze, and I don't likely have the cobalt gear wheels and bearings, so that's the main thing. So cobalt, bearings, gear wheels, and that's that. I have cobalt steel down here, and now I am just limited by how many logistic robots I have. I did it! I did it! I set up what is going to be pink science, and I've set up green science, and I even set up military science today. All the while also setting up initial nuclear power, some upgraded steam power with Mark IIIs, sorting out a power issue, and I also sorted out an sapphirite chunks being produced, not in insufficient quantities, and I started producing silver plates, and I started bussing titanium plates, and I started producing nitinol plates, which... yeah, see, nitinol coming in, and I bust my zinc, and I started making some, silver zinc oxide into bunches and bunches of batteries and all of that good, wonderful stuff. Nitinol pipes are a thing. Beautiful nitinol pipes. Yeah, it's, I think I'm starting to look a little bit more like what ends up being the, quote, standard robot bases now. Which, I mean... it's just a matter of packing as much in as you possibly can in the space that you're using. And it just ends up looking really square like this in the end. But yeah, this is the beginning of the robot base. I have all the major science now outside of space that's being produced. Technically. Now it's all about scaling all of that up. It's all about scale now. Hard to believe, but it is now all about scale. There is nothing left that's new. Nothing new is left. Outside of some chemical processes, I guess, that I'm not doing yet. Making rocket fuel, I think, is the main process that I'm not doing yet. Because ultimately the next step is rocket launching, now that I have all of this tech. But I have a lot of things that I need to do before then in terms of sheer scaling of production, because this is not going to cut it. The next step will be modules. Bob's Modules, that's next. That will be the next stream. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This is the end of today's stream. I will be back with more Angels on Monday, but I will, of course, be back on Sunday with more of the Pyanodons playthrough. On Monday, I will be doing modules. Finally, modules will be a thing, and I also need to scale up how much uranium I'm producing and getting enough uranium to actually start doing the Covarex process and start producing a lot more U-235 so that I can start running a lot more nuclear reactors and having as much power as I could ever want or desire. Alright, I will see you all then.